Hello Silly Bakers, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Nini and I love to create healthier recipes. My focus is to incorporate more protein, more fiber, and more healthy fats in my life, and I am here to share some recipes that have been working for me with you. So today I was excited to try this recipe. This is a pumpkin swirl cottage cheese cheesecake bar recipe. I'm a big fan of cheesecake type recipes now that I've found some lactose-free alternatives out there, and this recipe definitely does not disappoint. We are actually doing a swirl type of design, which is really simple to do, and I'll show you how to do that a little later. We could have made this all pumpkin, but I really love the idea of doing the swirl. So that's a really fun thing to do, especially if you have guests coming over or for the holiday season coming. It's just something really pretty to have on your table. So the crust is a gluten-free crust. I'm using almond flour. I'm not using any oat flour for the recipe, but if you want to just do oat flour instead of almond flour, you can do that. You can completely swap it out. I am incorporating some pecans in the recipe as well, but you could definitely exclude those if you wish as well. So the recipe is quite simple. It's very much a classic cheesecake type of recipe, but we're doing it in a bar form. I did not use a water bath for this recipe, but I think I should have. It did crack just a little bit. Like, that doesn't really bother me. The flavor is there. It still looked beautiful, so that didn't really bother me. But if that bugs you, then I would definitely do a water bath for this recipe too. I'm going to link here the classic vanilla cottage cheese cheesecake recipe that I made a little while back, which is one of my favorite classic cheesecake recipes to use. So this is very much that recipe, but just in a bar form, and something just really fun with the pumpkin swirl. So let's take a few minutes and learn how to make these really fun and delicious pumpkin swirl cottage cheese cheesecake bars.
You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to grab an 8x8 baking pan. We are going to grease it and line it with parchment paper. I'm going to set that aside. We're going to grab a medium bowl and we're going to make our crust. We're adding 1 1/4 cups of almond flour. We're adding 1/4 cup of finely chopped pecans, raw. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of coconut sugar. You can use 2 to 3 tablespoons of whatever sweetener you like. And I'm using 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin spice. A big pinch of salt. And we're just going to mix that through until it's combined. This is 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter melted, but you can also use salted butter, but just omit the salt in the mixture. And we're just going to mix that until all of the dry ingredients are well hydrated. There are no dry spots. We are going to add that to our baking pan, and we're going to spread that evenly from corner to corner in an even layer. And then just using your spatula, you're just going to press it down and create a nice smooth layer. We're going to bake this at 350 for 12 to 15 minutes until it's nice and golden brown. We're going to set that aside. Let's decrease the oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. We are going to add 3/4 cup of pumpkin puree to a medium bowl. This is 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice mix and 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. And we're just going to mix that until it's well incorporated. Once it's incorporated, we're going to set the bowl aside and work on the cheese mixture. Grab our food processor and we're going to add 1 block of cream cheese, cubed. We're going to add 1 cup of cottage cheese. This is lactose free, and we're going to mix that on high for about 2 minutes, scraping down the sides until it's nice and smooth. We're gonna add one of our 2 eggs, and we're going to mix that for about 30 seconds. We're gonna add our second egg, half a cup of raw cane sugar, you can use whatever sugar you like, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and also a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we are going to mix that on high until it is well incorporated. We're going to measure out 1 cup of that cheese mixture. And then we're going to set that aside. We're going to add that 1 cup of cheese mixture to the pumpkin mixture that we made earlier, and we're going to mix that until it is well combined. We're going to grab our crust. I'm going to add that to a baking sheet and grab an ice cream scoop. And now we're going to alternate with the fillings here. So we're going to do a scoop of the cottage cheese filling and a scoop of the pumpkin cottage cheese filling until you don't have any more filling. This will just make it a little easier to create that really lovely swirl. Don't worry about being perfect here. We're going to grab a butter knife and carefully, not hitting that crust, we are just going to swirl it until we create these really lovely patterns. And now it's time to bake. 325, 35 to 40 minutes until it's just set. We're gonna let that cool completely and then refrigerate for a minimum of 4 hours. Here are our pumpkin swirl cottage cheese cheesecake bars. They are absolutely delicious.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and to subscribe to our channel for more healthy recipes. If you do try these pumpkin swirl cottage cheese cheesecake bars, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, happy baking.